So yeah, let's jump right into things. Within this presentation, we will talk through SEO and how it is the best marketing channel for independent insurance agents in 2024. So for a little background, my name is Brendan. I'm the owner and operator of Convertu. We're based here in Denver, Colorado. I actually got my start out working at an independent insurance agency. I was hired as a marketing specialist. And during that time, I created an internal program focused on content marketing and SEO. And we became one of the top ranking agencies in their particular state. Saw that there was an opportunity to kind of roll this out to other independent insurance agencies. And I did just that. We launched Convertu in early 2020. And we specialize in helping independent insurance agencies grow through content marketing and SEO. And actually, during that time, I had the opportunity to try out some different channels within marketing as it pertains to organic social, YouTubing, and other kind of additional channels like email marketing. And I just saw that SEO was the best channel for the independent insurance agent, which I'll get into right now. So the big question, what is SEO? So SEO, as the official definition, is search engine optimization. It's the process of improving website ranking in search results page, also known as SERPs. This means that when someone searches for keywords that are relevant to your insurance agency, your website will appear higher in search results. So that's someone typing in a term like workers' comp insurance, home insurance, auto insurance rates, or best BOP insurance. Some really impactful SEO stats that really kind of make it the top option for independent insurance agents. That 74% of people research insurance online, and 92% of those global searches are done on Google. So you're capturing these people when they're actually in the purchasing path, when they know if they need a specific policy type, or in the commercial lines, they're a business looking for insurance. So they'll type in a term like, what insurance do I need as a plumbing company? You're able to capture them at the exact point where they're searching for a policy type and or generally insurance. Also, organic search results have a 14.6% conversion rate, significantly higher than pay-per-click, which is around 10%, and a staggering 69% of insurance consumers run search before scheduling an appointment. So what this means is if you have a really strong referral program, people are still researching your business on Google. And they're evaluating if they want to work with you based on how much relevant content you have on your website, based on how many Google reviews you have, based on your social presence. There's a plethora of factors that are considered when someone is, evaluating if they want to work with your business based on your digital presence. So why SEO, and why is SEO better than other marketing channels in my perspective? So there's a lot of channels where the independent insurance agent can be competitive, one of which being pay-per-click ads or Google AdWords or Google paid search. There's also third-party lead buying, organic social media, podcasting, cold emailing, and paid social media. So diving into pay-per-click ads. So pay-per-click ads are an awesome, opportunity where if you have a budget ready for it, you can see fairly quick results, but it is very high ongoing cost. And the reason the cost is so high is because you are competing directly with the carriers. The carriers dominate Google paid search. These guys are spending upwards to $1 billion every year. And how the bidding process works with Google, they are presenting the ad based on whoever is willing to pay the most. So your marketing budget is going against the direct carriers. So it's really, really competitive. It's really difficult to compete in that sense. Whereas SEO has sustained organic traffic without the pay-per-click cost, the ongoing cost. It's just typically upfront costs, and you can see results on the search results page anywhere from 1 to 3 years after. So if you get to a point where you're ranking page 1 on Google, that piece of content can live on Google anywhere from 1 to 3 years. And then third-party lead buying. This is also a very popular avenue for the independent insurance agent to purchase leads from these vendors. But unfortunately, they are less qualified because they are signing up or entering their information on a third-party website. They're not familiar with your agency, so you have to have a really solid sales program to accommodate. They're typically very expensive. It's pay per lead. And then you have less control of your branding. They're, again, filling out their information on another website and then interacting with a different company, hence your agency, when they eventually speak with you over the phone or you email them. Whereas SEO, you attract the user when they actually are seeking insurance services, and you have the full control of the brand. And what these third-party lead companies or lead generators don't want you to know is that they're actually capturing these leads from SEO. They are ranking their websites accordingly, so you might as well just beat them at their own game. Organic social media, also very attractive within the independent insurance space, very much so on LinkedIn on the commercial lines. But it's somewhat of a broad reach. It's not very targeted, whereas SEO is, again, very targeted, and you're attracting that person with their specific needs within the area that they're based. Podcasting, also very popular, great means to increase engagement, general brand awareness, branding, but it lacks immediate purchase intent because someone's not necessarily going to a podcast to purchase insurance, whereas SEO captures, again, the user at the moment that they're searching for their services or searching for a specific policy type. With cold emailing, often seen as intrusive, you probably get 20 to 100 cold emails every single day. People are kind of accustomed to that, and send them directly to their junk folder. So it's really competitive in that sense, and you're also communicating to someone that possibly is not in the purchasing path to buy insurance, versus SEO. Again, you're attracting them at the exact point where they're searching for insurance. And then paid social media, somewhat similar to pay-per-click ads. It's very competitive. The direct carriers are dominating the space. It's also very expensive. It's hard to now target. 4 or 5 years ago, it was a bit easier to target based on specific parameters, but it's somewhat gated now with a lot of these social media accounts. So it's very difficult to target in that sense, where, again, SEO attracts already interested customers, and then SEO builds long-term credibility and trust over time. So addressing some common misconceptions within the insurance industry that I constantly see on Twitter, more so X now, as well as when I interact and speak with agency principals. Some of these quotes, SEO takes anywhere from 1 to 2 years to see results. It's not worth the investment for us. It's too much of a risk. That most certainly isn't the case, which I'll show you in just a little bit. I also hear my website provider said our website is SEO optimized right out the gates. There's really nothing else we need to do. That is, again, not the case. There are a plethora of different things that you have to actively incorporate into a program for it to be successful, for you to rank accordingly. We have someone publishing blogs. Our blogs considered SEO? Isn't our website SEO optimized? It's a piece of the puzzle, but there's a bunch of other factors that you need to consider to have a successful campaign. And then also the national carriers. I thought they dominate this space. How can we be competitive? And the way to do that, and or segue into the next slide here, and really the hack for the independent insurance agent is local SEO. So what is local SEO? Local SEO is the process of optimizing your website and online presence so that it ranks higher in the search results for local searches. So what that means is someone types into Google workers' comp insurance in California, or home insurance Denver, insurance agency near me, plumbing insurance Florida. This is really important for insurance agents because it can help you attract more potential customers in your state. And Google actually prefers to send business to local or customers to local businesses. And if you tailor your website around the local intent, this is really where you can beat out the direct carriers. And this is exactly what we implement for our clients. So how local SEO works and how Google kind of factors this into their algorithm. So when someone searches for a local business, such as insurance agency near me, Google will use a variety of factors to determine which results to show. And these factors include relevance, so the relevance of your business to that particular search query. So if someone types in home insurance in Denver, and you have a page on your website dedicated, or a policy page for home insurance, but it doesn't mention anything about that particular location, Google is not seeing that as a relevant resource because they see that there's 20 other independent insurance agencies in that area that actually created a piece of content around that particular location, either being the specific city and or the state. So you really need to tailor that content, not only about the complexities of that particular policy type, but also the location. Second being proximity of your business. So it's factoring this in through your Google My Business listing and or directories. You should make sure that your website is listed across directories. There are services that you can pay that will distribute your content across all of these directories. That's a factor in Google's algorithm. They want to see that those directories are active and that your listing is up to date. But proximity, so if someone types in insurance agency near me, Google is looking through that particular area where you're based and recommending local businesses based on the relevancy, as I mentioned before, but also how close you are to that particular person at that given time. Third being your business's online reputation. So as you've probably heard, Google reviews are very, very important. You should have an active program. You should not just rely on passive means for reviews. You should have an active program put in place when you write a policy, or you have a renewal coming up, or what have you, having some sort of communication with your clients where you can send over a link to their or a link to your Google My Business listing, or a link to your Facebook where they can leave you a positive review. And Google does factor that into their algorithm. And then fourth being the authority. That's kind of factoring in all of those that I mentioned before, but also they want to see that your business is listed on other businesses. This is the term backlinking. And this is what Google factors into their algorithm, how they evaluate if your business is credible, where another business is recommending yours. The way they factor that in is actually seeing if you have a link on their websites. So the more links, more quality links. It's not just a quantity. You should have quality links because if you have a link from a low quality website, that can actually hurt your rankings. You want to have relevant websites within the insurance space or within your local community that are linking back to your website. So the three pillars of a successful SEO campaign. So you need all three of those to be working to really see results from search engine optimization. And the first, I would say 70% of the independent insurance agency websites that I come across don't necessarily check the mark in this sense with an indexable and optimized website. They fail to have the proper technical SEO parameters within the site where Google's bot or crawlers can go through and understand what your website is about and properly drill down into the individual policy pages or the industry pages. I also see a common issue with duplicate content where there are these websites that have the same exact content across thousands of other websites within home insurance. Google actually does not like this content because it makes it really difficult for their algorithm to scrape the internet, find relevant resources. If they see that there's a bunch of other websites with the same exact content, they can't figure out which is the more relevant resource. They'll couple that together and push that aside. And this is pretty common within this particular industry. So you need to have this indexable and optimized website to really see results. Once that's done, this is really where the fun stuff within content creation and content marketing comes into play with blog posts and optimizing proper landing pages around policy types or around industries within the commercial sector. And the way you can actually create content here is using tools like SEMrush or Ahrefs. And you can look at your competitors within your area. You can look at carriers. Really a great hack is to use a tool like SEMrush or Ahrefs and copy and paste maybe Travelers Insurance into that tool. And you can see what they're ranking for. And as I mentioned before with local SEO, you can create content that they've already created. Obviously, this needs to be unique, but the general framework could be relatively the same, and then apply that to your particular city or to your particular state. And Google is going to prefer that content over a national carrier that's just creating a generic piece of content around home insurance. When someone types in home insurance in Denver and you answer all of the complexities, questions, what have you, you're going to rank accordingly. And then the third piece is promotion. You need to be promoting this content. The way to do that is receiving backlinks. There are kind of tactical means to do that, distributing content to other related insurance websites where you can receive a backlink, or you can promote the content simply through social. You can share this content across your LinkedIn profile, your personal LinkedIn profile, or your business Facebook page, or if you have an active newsletter, so constantly send out that content and generate traffic back to your website, to those individual blog posts, or to those policy pages. So what type of results can you expect from SEO? So this is kind of a snapshot of a few clients that we work with, a few of them being, kind of general insurance agencies, both in the personal and commercial lines, some very much specialists in particular industries, or just general commercial insurance agencies. This particular client, both a personal and commercial insurance agency, generated around 73 leads in the last 30 days. This agency, again, personal and commercial insurance agency, around 130 leads in the last 30 days. This commercial insurance agency, around 95 in the last 30 days. And again, this commercial insurance agency, around 92 leads. So this is very impactful results. And these are very much high quality leads that we'll see anywhere from 40 to 50% conversion rates. So how do you get started with SEO? So you can implement these systems that I mentioned before, but I highly, highly recommend working with an SEO agency that really specializes within the insurance industry, because they know the complexities of this particular industry. There's probably 4 or 5 of us out there in this industry that do great work. They have a thorough understanding of the insurance market. And they'll tailor your strategies, for specific policy types or industries. They are experts within local and national SEO trends. And what to expect in regards to costs. So typically, if you're going to work with an SEO agency or marketing agency, they're going to do a general SEO audit. They typically waive the fee. In our case, we do. And you can extract where you rank in Google, your individual pages, how you guys stack up to your competition, and essentially a roadmap to success. And then the retainer, or what to expect on a monthly basis, anywhere from $1,000 to $4,000 for this specialized service. And just remember that SEO is a long-term investment. And the beauty of SEO is that the cost stays fairly the same throughout the partnership, but the results really compound over time. That's where I mentioned before, you can have a piece of content on Google that you've invested in, say home insurance, specifically tailored in Colorado. That piece of content can live on Google without you touching anything anywhere from 1 to 3 years. So just imagine you doing that for every single policy type or every single industry that you represent. It's really impactful results versus some other channels, the paid channels. Once you stop investing, you're taken down from all of their platforms. Versus SEO, you really have that compound effect over time. So if you have any questions as it pertains to insurance SEO, feel free to reach out to me. I am active across Twitter, now X, at Brandon Dendas. Same goes for LinkedIn. I'm constantly sharing SEO news within the insurance space, as well as other marketing tactics. If you're interested in a free SEO audit, you can head over to my agency's website, convertiu.com, and would love to potentially talk with you. But appreciate you watching this, Canopy. I appreciate you guys having me on to share this information. Yes. Yes, yeah. So to really compete in a sense, going back to, kind of the three pillars, there's so many different avenues to pursue in that sense, where, if you see, for example, in Denver, where you type in, home insurance in Denver, and you see that there's 25 other agencies, that's where if you work with, an SEO specialist, they can really figure out the technical parameters where you can stack yourself above the competition, a lot of which can be done through backlinking. That's really kind of the mecca as it pertains to kind of technical means of SEO versus just having the best piece of content. But there's additional opportunities within the actual content. For example, if you look at a piece of content that is primarily just text-based, this can give you an opportunity to actually record a video. So you can add a video on YouTube and then embed that video into the either the policy page or the blog post. And many of you know YouTube is owned by Google. It is the second most popular search engine. People utilize this for insurance related questions. So you have an opportunity not only to rank in just the search results page, but also on Google. And then also injecting reviews onto that page. There are a lot of free plugins that will link up to your Google My Business listing, and you can add that into the page itself. Google factors that into their equation as well. So if they see that, they can see the schema markup, and people have probably seen this before. If you type in home insurance in Denver again, or wherever you're based, you can see that reviews are actually listed on a few of the results there. And you can do that by actually embedding the reviews through schema markup. And that will actually increase conversions, because if people see that on the Google search results page and see that you have 100 plus 5-star reviews, they're going to select that listing over something that might not have reviews. So those are a few examples to further optimize your content in that sense. Yes, yeah. I mean, if it is a successful or incredible SEO agency, they are incorporating backlinking into the program, but you can hire backlinking agencies. I would definitely vet them for the services and maybe talk to a few of their clients to see if they actually receive results because you can pay someone, say, on Fiverr or any of these freelancer websites and they can get your business listed on other websites. But if those businesses or those websites aren't credible or have a high domain authority, they can actually hurt your authority score. They can actually hurt your search rankings. So you want to make sure that you're working with a credible agency, SEO agency or a backlinking agency before they take reins and get links for you. But a simple hack, if you don't really have a budget to allocate for that, is receiving backlinks. And this is more so with commercial lines insurance or commercial insurance agencies to ask your clients to potentially list a logo on their website. So this is really important for a lot of home service businesses. People want to understand that if a plumber is coming over to your house, that they're properly insured. If you include maybe a badge, if you can create this on Canva or other kind of services in a sense, create your logo, and you can say something like insured by XYZ insurance agency. And you can ask or email these agency or more so home service businesses to see if they can list that logo on their website because it makes them more credible. People want to work with other businesses if they are, licensed one, but also insured. So that's kind of a hack if you don't necessarily have the budget to do so and you are a commercial insurance agency. Yes, yeah. AI is very much top of mind with every single SEO out there in any particular industry, and it is being affected. Google is actually going through an algorithm update currently to deal with that because there has been a lot of low quality content that has flooded the market, and their algorithm isn't working properly. So they're doing the best they can to really keep up in that sense. I typically do not recommend relying entirely on these tools to create, blog posts or articles for you. There needs to be, human element to it as an expertise. They can only do, so much. And Google is very sophisticated. Their algorithm is very sophisticated. And if they decide, next month that they're not allowing any sort of AI content, you can be penalized for that. And that's the beauty of working with an SEO agency is that they're staying up to date with all these algorithm updates, where you don't have to necessarily worry about your website being, crushed by an algorithm update, because they are, well versed and know what you need to do to kind of navigate that landscape. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely affecting this particular industry as it relates to content creation. We definitely use it in regards to research, creating topics, evaluating competitors, looking through sitemaps. There's a lot of opportunities to leverage AI to create this content, but I would recommend not relying entirely on AI to actually create that content, more so for research, more so for outlines. And you really can step ahead of someone that's not using these AI tools to move up in the search rankings and really see results within SEO.